Right? Tested, tested. Alright, so first and foremost, I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Rakak, Kodash. Right, we sit down and see the apostles and elders of Great Milton and Ruel, and salutation to the Archimos, they pushing the word and not truth and sincerity day in and day out, they hopefully elect. We say Shalom.
Shalom.
Right, these two are the brothers from GMS Trinidad East, which is one of the camps in Trinidad. Right, my name is Rai.
Yeah, what up?
Right, and I know through the Spirit, and we come through the live stream here today, and to edify the hopefully elect, but to edify them that's seeking, and as I mentioned that, as I just mentioned that, them that are seeking, I have scripture here that I will open with. This is Sirach, which is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 33, verse chapter 33, I'll start from verse 16. It say, I awake up last of all as one that gathereth after the grape gatherers. By the blessing of the Lord I profited. It say, and filled my winepress like a gatherer of grapes. It say, verse 17, it say, consider that I labor not for myself only, but for all them that are seeking. So when you do these streams and we go outside here on the streets, we been doing this for ourselves also. We be studying for them that seeking, for the elect that be seeking outside that may now be coming into the truth and that had a fire in them to learn. Because when they now come into this thing, you want to get as much topics, you want to get as much breakdowns as they can get. Right? So just as they say here, he gathered it, and fill my winepress like a gatherer of the grapes. The scripture say to go out in the field, for the harvest is ready, and the state in the harvest is really ready.
Done.
Right? Yeah, anything to say? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. So, as going back to verse 17, it says, consider that I labor not for myself only, but for all them that seek learning. Yeah, for all them that seek learning, because, I was watching videos and, basically random videos out and about, right? And not much people know about even this image that you see up here, Jacob and Esau, right? And plenty people don't even know that Esau is the so-called white man and Jacob.
Done.
Jacob is the 12th tribe of Israel, which consists of the Negroes, Latinos, and natives, right? Plenty people don't even know that. Plenty people don't even know that the Messiah quoted from the old. Plenty people don't know that this world going to soon perish about the RFID chip and so forth. So when you're laboring, you're not only laboring for yourself, but also for them that seek, because the same way you yourself was actually one seeking for this truth and one seeking for information or knowledge. Your teacher was outside there feeding the sheep. What your house try tell Simon, he say, what? He say, if you love me, feed my sheep.
Done.
Right? And that way you're supposed to be doing, you're supposed to be feeding the sheep day in, day out, right? Constantly in season, out of season. You ain't supposed to be lukewarm. Just imagine this act. I watching a video of a Christian teacher, right? And hear what he's saying now. He fed up of the lukewarm Christians.
Lukewarm Christians.
He fed up of the lukewarm Christians. But it's just to the Spirit. It's just to show you that you're in something wrong and it's still lukewarm. You understand?
You're serious.
Right? Bring on the next scripture here. This is Romans 13, verse 11. It says, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. Here, so it's time to wake out of sleep. That out of that slumbering state, you all Israelites in, thinking everything is a joke. I was basically showing one of my aunt. I was saying yesterday that, hey, the so-called tropical storm that we could get affected. And something she jump up and say is just to show you through the scriptures, right? That they themselves know. She jump up and ball. She say, well, what's going on with we Chinese, we like to sleep. We think everything is a joke, right? And that's something spiritual because that is true. The slumbering state Jake and Esau is going to catch them as easy as they can.
Can.
Right? Easy as they can. That kind of mindset then. So the scripture saying here that knowing the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. Right? The high time they got to sleep because they know what the Lord set up his prophets outside there to give you all teachings. Right?
So a quick one there for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Saying the sleep, they're not gonna escape because at the slumbering.
Yeah, that's right.
This is I think it's First Thessalonians 5. Yeah, this is First Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safely, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as a travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So they're not gonna escape, when the Most High bring you out,
That's right.
you
That's
gotta
right.
see the signs and not taking this for granted, and then preparing yourself. Because
That's right.
The Most High showing many signs. That couple blood moon, that solar eclipse, and
Can.
all these sign of destruction, and they're taking heed. So
That's
they're
right.
not gonna escape when it come upon them. It come sudden.
Let's do a quick survey signs in the sky this this year. Because as the brother said, it has so much of signs. And we could see here, um, you see how much signs, I know basically in some of these sites they mark signs in the heavens, what's that name of that site again that I find only they show you all the old stuff for the past year that happened in the sky now.
Uh,
Things like the blood moon, the solar eclipse, right? And recently me and a brother was working the day before, and when I watch up in the sky arc, you see a big with a real huge circle around the moon. So like a real huge circle around the moon. And I see by that chariot, you understand? Real big, huge. Stand out showing that. So is there anything that I go ahead?
yeah, I'm gonna get this one in Joel. Get this one in Joel. Yeah, this is Joel chapter 2, verse 30. And I will show wonders in heaven and in the earth, blood and fire and pillar of smoke. Right? He said the sun shall turn into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of the Lord come. So these are sign of what? Destruction. You understand? Because the scripture tell you when we see these things, a sign of what is destruction. And this is destruction of
That's
this
right.
rulership, the so-called white man rulership. You understand?
That's right.
Destruction of two-thirds of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian. This is the time
Yeah,
that we in. Then
yeah,
we sort.
with some so-called Israelites say that they don't have such thing as the two-thirds, but the scriptures mention that, right? The two-thirds one partially fire. So at the end of the day, you come outside and stating that it was such thing as two-thirds of Israel. So then what going to happen to the wicked set of the tribes, the wicked of the 12 tribes? What going to happen to them? They just go and enter the kingdom just so. They just going to enter into the kingdom. Yeah.
I mean, they have the They have the knowledge, but they don't have the understanding, and that knowledge that there's Israelite, but they don't have the understanding.
That is a heavy thing too, because they just feel, just knowing is an Israelite, that is it. That is just basically it. You know, Israelite, that is it. You don't need to know the father name, you don't need to know the signs, you don't need to know nothing. Just knowing Israelite, that is it.
What are going to profit you? They're not going to profit you nothing. Yeah, this is Romans 7 and 11. Right? So, what shall we say then? It's not like, it's Romans 11:7. Yeah, this is Romans chapter 11, verse 7. What then? Israel had not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election had obtained it, and the rest were blinded. And the rest is what the two-thirds.
That's
Right?
right.
They were blind because the Most High make them blind. This is the curse Isaiah put upon these two-thirds of the nation of Israel.
That's
That's why
right.
there's something like that, you know. There's no such thing as two-thirds. So you going contrary to the scriptures, you add it to the scriptures.
Mm-hmm. You know, they say when you add and take away, see the plagues will be added unto you.
I'll tell you about two-thirds.
Um, I'm going to Isaiah. I want to go to Isaiah chapter 1 verse. I will start from verse 3. Yes.
God,
Now, so from verse 2, it says, Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord hath spoken, I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. Right? So the Lord brought up children, and they rebel. And what Israel do? Israel rebel against the Lord. Right?
God,
It's they every single religion that I have outside here, they heavy in Trinidad here, they heavy into the LGBT community. You know, basically that way it is. I was showing someone the other day. I say, well, hey, it's not about what they teach, or it's not about what they teach. You know? It's about what is right from the wrong. What does the scripture say? A man can just tell you this and bring out a scripture, bring out no scriptures to prove what it is he said. And the person
God,
was like, so what is this person doing here then? So why would they be set up? But you see, and that just to show you that Jake, they don't even consider what it is said before them. The Lord said, "What the deceiver and the deceiver is his, right?"
God,
And all this, and just to hear that, I was like, they just to show you 2/3 that have no coming back for the 2/3. As I just said, they revolt and gone. They revolt and gone, right? So you say the ox know it is owner and the ass of master scribe. So like, go back to verse 2. It say, Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord hath spoken, I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. It say the ox know it is owner, and the ass is master's crib. Now, I just want to touch back on what the Lord say here, that he brought up children and they rebel against you. When a child rebel against you, right? Like we just say you have a son, you have a daughter. If they rebel against you, what he does do, he doesn't punish them.
God.
He doesn't punish them for rebelling.
Yeah, it discipline them.
That's right, that. You see, the ox know it is owner and the ass his master's crib. But Israel do not know, my people do not consider. Yeah, they know and they consider, and you know what? They will die not considering, right?
God,
Because they love the ways, right? Like I do a video arc on the image, right? The image of the Messiah. That's a quick commentary on a video also, because the original video I saw before was a man know that no he is Israelite, but he been burning the picture of Serapis, right?
God,
And I went to our next video, and in this video now, our next Jake, he went into the image, right? And when you read through the comments, it has some other comments coming from like from other Israelites, and some of the other Israelites was bowling, hey, that it don't matter about the skin color, it doesn't matter, if you white or black, that way it is, you know. And next one jump up and ball, they say, why you burning the image? Why you burning the image of the Messiah for? Like blasphemy, but that ain't the image.
Can.
You understand? So they just to show you how far gone Jake is. And that they just to show you how they love the white man too.
Can.
There's something there?
Yeah, I want it for you. This is 1 John 5 and 9. If we receive the witness of men, the witness of the Most High is greater. For this is the witness of the Most High, which he had testified of his Son. He that believeth on the Son of the Most High had the witness in himself. He that believeth not the Most High had made him a liar, because he believed not the record that the Most High gave of his Son. And the Most High didn't give a pale faced man or a man of leprosy as his Son. So they don't, you know, they don't believe in the scriptures. For you say something that colors don't matter, you're a reprobate.
Right.
You can't right color wrong way, all around way. You see in color.
Yeah. And just look up the meaning of the word record. You know, it's a because the next thing too, plenty people don't like to look up words. When they look up the word record, it means a thing constituting a piece of evidence about the past.
Can.
It say especially an account kept in writing. Check this out. It say especially an account kept in writing or some other permanent form.
Can.
So what the Bible is? That's a record.
Yeah, the Most High record how his Son look. It's gonna look like that.
Right.
It's gonna look like a piece of leprosy. They don't teach they don't speak according to the oracles of the Most High. You know, they want to save this white man so bad. but he can't get saved. And this Jake problem.
Yeah, it has no salvation for you, so. Have no salvation for you, so then if you say Esau won't get saved, so then who going and be slaves in the kingdom? Because a kingdom must have servants, not so.
So no defiled thing can enter.
No defiled thing. And I want to know if these Christians and these church groups that continually saying to enter the kingdom of God, in order to have a kingdom, you must have servants. So who will not be the servants in the kingdom?
They want no servants. They want to live side by side. Most are not dealing with them madness.
That's right. What precept is John.
Let me finish it.
Yeah. I'll start from John 5 verse 38 and say, and ye have not his word abiding in you, for whom he had sent him ye believe not. It says, search the scriptures, for in them ye think ye have eternal life. And they are they which testify of me. So going back to the brother say, I testify is like bearing record as well, right? It's the bear record as well. And then also it says, search the scriptures, for in them ye think ye have eternal life, and they are they which testify of me. So you're supposed to go into the scriptures, because you know what, this is where the record is written that of Yahushua, the image, his name, and so forth. So you gotta go back into this. You can't just go to church daily and constantly and just listen to your pastor talk off of his own mouth. What record or what knowledge is he speaking, right?
Passing got no knowledge in him.
Nah.
That's why the Most High said, we receive the witness of men. The witness of the Most High is greater. And they receive the witness of men, which is the pastor, which is a lie. You understand? I got two here for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7. It says, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. Right? The Most High said wisdom is the principal thing. So wisdom is a principal thing for get wisdom. And with all I get understanding. And this is the balance. You understand? You gotta get understanding. So if you understand it, you're not gonna say that color doesn't matter. Color do matter. If color wasn't matter, why the paint up the Messiah as a cracker? If it wasn't matter. So okay, white man, no color matter, that's why do we do. But Jake does gullible. You know, they just eat up everything without even searching. You know. They don't sort of, they don't check back on the thing with the pastor saying. You understand? This Jeremiah 8 and um this is Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 8. He said, how do we say we are wise, and the love of the Most High is with us? Lo, certainly in vain made he it. The pen of the scribe is in vain. The wise men are ashamed, they are dismayed, and taken. Lo, they have rejected the word of the Lord, and what wisdom is in them. So we reject the word of the Most High. You got no wisdom. And these pastors, they ain't got no wisdom. But you stand there in the church and teaching and got a big white image there. You got no wisdom. And the record right in front of you. Yeah.
That's right. They record the record right here in front of them. The same book that they leave at to get cobweb or to get dust, because these people, these churchgoers, they love to leave the Bible on the counters to get dust, to pick up dust. Right? That is the same record you're supposed to be turning back to. That is where you're supposed to be turning back to. Right? Like I was watching a Jake do a video yesterday. Oh, he went to church, and as he go to church, the first thing they jump up on board is that you're supposed to give 10%. Yeah, as a community, they give 10%, and you have to give a piece of money to stay into the church or get a blessing. So I was like, I said, that is just to show you that is what you all like, right? That is what you all like. Let's imagine that the first thing you go to hear is that you have to pay $400 to get a blessing, right? So that they're teaching that the Lord could be bought, right? And that is that, and you know what is the thing about it? That is what they like. That is what they turn to. Like scripture say what they call evil good and good evil. So when we outside there and we breaking on the scriptures and we bringing on the strongholds that what the scriptures say, there's past and say we doing our wicked work. There's say you doing we all doing our wicked work, so that is for sure. But these pastors say they're taking the money, they're having orgies with little children, right? Because right in Trinidad here, they found a church that was having sexual intercourse with children.
That'll be the Roman Catholic Church.
Yeah. Of course.
They support homosexuality. He said the priest of the Roman Catholic Church, I can't remember his name. He said, but democracy is life and well in Trinidad. He support the gay community.
That's right.
That's a red flag, and that's how we know two-thirds of Israel blind. Because there's a red flag. If you say that there's the house of the Heavenly Father, as so-called house of the Heavenly Father, you claim this is what you claiming, and then you hear something like that, you're supposed to question that. You're supposed to start making diligent search. I'm not sure what people, they're lost.
That's right. So let's see if I find back this article here. With that one. Yeah, you got that.
It's Romans 15:4. It said, for whatsoever thing were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scripture might have hope. So these things were written for our learning. So this way you're gonna learn, you gotta go back to the scriptures. You understand? That's the only way you're gonna learn. So if you stand up and saying color doesn't matter, there's now we don't know how we look like the pastor from this ministry ex ministry. I think it's Craig is his name.
Yeah, Craig
Tell him
Lewis.
Messiah,
Craig Lewis, yeah.
tell him Messiah light. This he call a light. You know, the nigga want to say white. You know, but he saying light. He using semantics. You know, using sorcery. He light. You know, you should be ashamed for calling yourself a preacher, having the scriptures and not and saying that the Messiah light. You should be ashamed.
That's right. Right. And you know, plenty things Craig Lewis going into. He going into the Nephilims and so forth, teaching that the Nephilims were giants, right?
Not understanding what giants mean. Giants mean somebody with a mighty man. King David was a giant. He was a mighty man. Abraham, all these was giant. Isaac, Adam, he was mighty men. You understand? They don't understand words.
And
Right?
they don't understand. They didn't like to look up words.
Now, but he was set up. He's a IRS pastor.
Yeah, of course.
He
As I said,
teaching
yeah, and he teaching lies on. As I said before, he was a big thing in Trinidad some years back, because when his DVDs now sort of come out, when X Ministry and DVDs now sort of come out, everybody was watching him. You know, everybody was getting into the into that Nephilim, you know, giants and so forth. Then they come and bring out the movie Noah. You remember the movie Noah when it showed you the Nephilims was like stone people?
Nah, I think I never watched a movie. No.
Nah, well, that all you know, all those things at that point in time, it had them Jake and them believing that. And look the article right here. This is it's a church member admits to fondling child. Right?
There's a part.
Guys, and the Trinidad Tobago Police Service are warning parents and guardians to be very careful about where they leave their children during the vacation period. So that means you are basically staying in you know, for the vacation period, they're staying like the home in the church.
Yeah.
Yeah. So their warning comes after a pedophile was nabbed and shot by police. And they just to show you, right? They just to show you here that a church member admits to fondling child and then even give you a proper article to say, well, you know, this is the person name, this is where the person from, and so forth. Because if this is a pedophile and his name's supposed to go down in the book, and he's wherever he lives, and he's supposed to go and tell everybody else that he's a pedophile if he let out, right? But just to show you that these churches and them, they with the government, they chat. What's the article? This is no kind of article, this is no kind of information. Church member admits to fondling child, and that is it. And
Yeah,
that is
because
it.
pedophile them control the media too.
That's right. No, as I said that, I get a scripture here. Right? It's Ephesians 6, verse 12. It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Right? We're not big on that one there. I'm just looking for something.
Yeah. And this battle, this all the battle is about. The battle is a spiritual battle. You understand? The Most High using our vessel to speak His word, to talk about these dark things that are happening indoors, and now all these things coming to light. You know, all these different accusation about pedophile priests. You know, and dealing with little boys and little girls. You know, these children child trafficking. All these things come out to the forefront now. You understand? Because now the time the Most High can, reveal these things that in the dark places. So the battle is spiritual. You understand? They are Satan workers, and the Most High have workers who are revealing these wickedness so that people can see. You understand? The elect can see and come out of these things that they're in. You know? So this is the battle. The battle is spiritual. You understand?
And that's the thing, for all the people outside there that fight against GMS and fight against us, right? Why didn't do a video talking about this, talking about the churches that having sexual intercourse with children? Why didn't do a video? Why didn't do a breakdown? Why didn't expose the church?
And then
Because
them in the same spirit with them.
that's right. That's right. Because you can clearly see that the heads of these churches, these pastors and these male pastors, supposed to sleep with the young males. So to go and do a video, do a breakdown. Craig Lewis, why ain't do a breakdown of that? Why ain't go into that? This person has high status sleeping with a youth. Why ain't do that? Why ain't do a video on that? Why ain't do a video on the about the country that passing the gay marriage?
Uh,
Right? Cause we're not supposed to speak against these things. Wasn't the Lord speaking against the Pharisees and so forth?
uh,
So why you all in doing that? Right?
no, they got no time with that.
No time at all.
They don't care about that. What they want to do is stop the truth from coming. That's why we tell people this fight is spiritual. We're going on with the priests and these different pastors, with these different domination, different religion. We're going on with them. It doesn't matter. But when the men of the Lord teaching, you see, that's contrary to this society.
That's
So what they
right.
want to do, they want to shut that up. So you see, they're attacking the spirit of the Lord. This is what they're attacking. That's why we tell people this is spiritual. You might see that you might just look at it that hey, everybody have their own opinion. No, there are no such thing as that. This is a spiritual battle. This way seen before your eyes is a spiritual battle. As the brother just said, I'm not going to speak against that wicked demonic pastor who molesting little boys. We're not going to talk about that. You understand? Because there's the spirit. There's the spirit. You understand? So the against the spirit of the Heavenly Father. Because the spirit of the Heavenly Father, hey, it have respect for no person and condemn these things, speak about these things that is wickedness. So what they're trying to do is shut up the spirit of the Heavenly Father. You understand? That's what they're trying to do.
Come. I want to say there's Jeremiah chapter 28, I'll start from verse 7. It say, nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thine ears and in the ears of all the people. It say the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and pestilence. So
God,
the prophet before us, right? They were prophesying against people of high stature, They say countries against great kingdoms. And what the prophets up to they are doing? Are we not prophesying
yeah,
against? Are we not prophesying against the modern day Babylon? Are we not prophesying against America, Russia, China, Japan? We not prophesying against them. They're not great kingdoms, right? They say of war, because we're speaking about the war that is going to take, we're speaking about World War III, right? Speaking about martial law and so forth. We're speaking about these things. We're prophesying about these things, right? It's a and of evil and of pestilence. We're talking about the diseases and the plagues um going to come about it. We're not prophesying against that. We're not prophesying of that. about the things that take place soon to come, these diseases, these pestilence, these plagues, the ICBMs, right? Many others. We ain't talking about that. And let's just show you the prophets of the Lord. They wouldn't hold back. They
Right.
wouldn't quench the spirit or quench the spirit to be loved and end this place. This ain't our rest. This ain't our rest. So we speak against anything that go against Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. It
God,
could be
the spirit,
it could be what?
against this place.
Yeah, that's right.
I want to back you up there.
Yeah,
You
brother.
finish it?
Yeah. You good, yeah.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 23, verse, verse 14. He said, good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. So he says, so look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two, and one against another. So this is how the Most High set it. That's how the Most High set it, one against another. So this is a spiritual battle, and it can become physical. You know, it can become physical. You understand? That's how it can become. Right now, it being done spiritually first, because the Most High put him out the earth in order. The Most High put him back his vibration in the earth, the righteous
That's right.
vibration in the earth. So that's how it's gonna be forevermore. It ain't got no turning back. This is they got no turning back here. It's either get with the program now, or you can die, and when you come back, you have no choice. You will be with the program. And these heathens gonna be put in line. And in the kingdom of heaven, they're gonna be put in line. And there's another cut too for these reprobate who don't understand the scripture. Yahweh Shai said the kingdom of heaven is in you. So how the hell the heathen them gonna be a part of the kingdom of heaven?
That's right.
You understand? They're gonna be there what servants. They're not gonna be dwelling in Jerusalem. They're not gonna be dwelling among us. The scripture said the people shall dwell alone in numbers.
And no, and I won't say that in the law.
You
In the law.
understand? Yeah, the people shall dwell alone. You know, but these heathen gonna be get back the land. But what they gonna be perpetual tribute, pay perpetual tribute to us. You know, they're gonna build our kingdom. You understand? And they're gonna be under us. And Jake should want that. You should be grateful and thank the Most High for that. That you get back your revenge on your enemy. The Most High not dealing with everybody come together. The Most High is a separate power. Tell you that he's a separate power. His son is a separate power.
Right. You know how
It,
our son and our father could be the same entity then. Understand? And that is what they want. That is what these people wanted to believe, that the son and the father is how to put it for the same meaning, that is the same person then.
there's
And
confusion.
yeah, as the brother say, how would they want you don't want to pay by the people that they did this? Huh? That's what just fell back. When you go into history like Rosewood and so forth, and watch how Esau burn down the Jews, burn them, whip them, shoot them, right? Look, but that's what these pictures they say, hang all the upside down, you know, let the blood run down to your head, and then just hit your head with a little nail or something, and all the blood run out, right? So you would want to pay back. Scripture said that they that lead into in the captivity shall go into captivity.
Yeah. See, to turn the right mind too, though. The Most High said the whole head sick. The
The whole
spiritually
head.
the sick. You understand? The sick. So when you tell them these things, like, hey, it's like they can't comprehend what you're saying. They just want to be with everybody. They're sick. That sick person. And the Most High said the whole head sick. You understand? So it's spiritually sick. You know. This why they got born again.
Yes.
This why they got die and come back.
Yeah.
They start all over again.
And that is real born again.
Yeah. There's the one that got come back into the womb. As Nicodemus was asking Yahushua, or the born again Yahushua was talking about was spiritual. Repenting and turning back. Turn back to what the scriptures. But physical, they can go born again physical. They can come back to board and then they got so like they all that sick. They all that sick. If the kingdom is in you, you should thank the Father that you're the Israelite.
That's right.
You shouldn't think it will go against the Father word. The Father say the kingdom of heaven is only for the Israelite. You shouldn't even object to that. You're supposed to bow your head and just thank the Father that He created you to be an Israelite. Look how these heathens treat us. But yet still you want to be one of them. You're right in your mind. You're right.
G can never be in the right mindset, right?
Yeah.
Can never be in the right mindset.
You're right. The Most High require that which is past. Now let me get it to the Most High require that which is past. So
That's right.
the Most High require that. So it doesn't matter if you don't like it. The Most High require it.
That's right. I want to hear this Isaiah 13 verse 15. It says, "Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword." So you keep on balling you want these so-called white people is one that they join onto them. You go ahead. You feel free. Be joined onto them. Right? Because you know what soon come? Hey, as Ezekiel 9 say, right? Spare what the Lord tell the member, he says, spare not by go to the city, right?
Done.
Not even don't even spare a child. Right?
Yeah, this is Ecclesiastes 3 and 50. 15 said that he said that which is past, that which had been is now, and that which is to be had already been, and the Most High required that which is past. So the Most High required that these heathen will go into slavery. He that lead into captivity shall go into captivity. He that kills with the sword must be killed with the sword. The Most High required that.
Must require that, boy. Must require that. But find by that precept, yes.
God, Jacob's being martyred. She's talking about reparation. They want reparation for slavery, right? And he said not give you no reparation. So the Most High can give you what? The Most High can give you Esau's for a possession. The Most High can give you all the heathen for a possession. So there's your reparation right there. The Most High gonna give you a reparation. They're gonna be our slaves. And this would have been from the beginning to be our servant. But niggas march on the street time of the one reparation. He said not give you no money. He said not give you no nothing.
Right now, Esau owing money. He really feel to give you all money. Esau there's pick and choose who you want to from the Jake world, who you want to put up there. Because what you people he choose out from out of all the Israelites, what the kind of people he just set up to be in a kind of position. People like Lil Wayne and Young Thug, who's blatantly faggots, right? Who will show your image, show you all stupid Jakes will follow, right? Because these Young Thugs and so forth is blatant faggots. They wear on dresses, they wear on this. He's going to give you all nothing except wickedness, right? So the earth is given to the hand of the wicked, and Esau is making it be known that he is the wicked. Day by day, you're seeing it. Day by day, you're seeing it. Right now, Esau, the Jakes that are going against this doctrine, right now they're trying to fight it is because they can't deny it. They're actually seeing where it is taking place. right? So they can't deny it, or that's why they're making all these exposed videos and so forth. Esau butthurt and Jake butthurt. And again, Esau know who to use. Esau has used um our own kind to get to us.
God, been doing that. Been doing the right shit.
We do not right through, right through.
That's why all these Christian churches set up around the world. All these different religions set up around the world. So it's to keep Jake in confusion, keep them in spiritual bondage.
I want to ask this Galatians 2 verse 4. It say, and that because of false brethren unawares brought in, who came in privily to spy out our liberty, which we have in Yahushua Mashiach, that they might bring us into bondage. So even back then, they were using Israelites to come and spy out the prophets and to spy us out. So they could do what? Bring us into bondage, pull we back in, pull we in there, throw us in jail cells and so forth, kill us and so on. There's something the wicked doing since the beginning.
God, like Margaret Sager, that demon
Yeah,
set up
can.
who set up these Jakes, to keep Israel blind.
That's right.
And their plan is to eradicate the Israelite. And these Jakes, they choose the side of Satan to work with Satan. You understand? And then I bug them out when you tell them so-called white man is Satan. Just bug them out.
Whew, that gone that does make them jump, yes?
Yeah, just bug them out. Yeah, he's a easy adversary. That's really what Satan mean, an adversary. He's an adversary against the Most High. He's the Most High enemy.
Mm-hmm.
He teach contrary to the Most High. You understand? He in the power. He can establish the Most High land in the earth. He could do that. He in the power seat. But what? He decided to go contrary to the Most High. So he's the adversary. You understand? He's a Satan. That's really what Satan mean, adversary. Yeah.
Right. Fight against trying to fight. It had a video with the ex Venezuelan president, the one that passed away. Then he come and
Chavez.
Chavez was saying in any video that he was saying he was stating he see the devil, he see Satan was here today. And he was telling the congregation, well, Satan was here today. And the congregation was like, they was lost, like, what do you mean? And he come on and see the white man was here today. He come on and see the white man was here today. You understand? Like, Satan. You understand? That's what you think Esau be doing? That's what you think.
Yeah,
Hey,
there's his spirit. There's his spirit. You understand? There's his spirit. And as people don't understand that this man is the adversary. Right? This man is the adversary.
all it is.
Unless he attribute to the so-called white man, he's Satan, he's the devil. That next one is bug them out too. He's a deceiver. That's how you rule. You rule by deception.
Yeah.
You understand? He's the daughter
Ah,
of Babylon.
where's the one in Psalms? I talk about the tongue.
64 and 8.
Yeah,
He said,
64.
one tongue shall fall upon themselves.
And the one that say the tongue like like the snake now,
Or like the poison the apps. I think that's Psalm 58. You know
yeah.
another one too?
I will get that one, Psalm 50.
God. I think that was 4. I don't know if this is the way one.
I want here before bringing that one. There's Psalm 55, I'll start from verse 20. It says, He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He had broken his covenant. And as like what I was saying before, I think that spirit of Esau. That spirit of Esau. That is what it do. You know, if you go back into when they think the natives, one of these storylines that they give was that that they come to make a covenant with the natives and they break it when it's in the back. That's how we get this thing called Thanksgiving, right? It says verse 21. It said the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. And they just to show you, how deceptive Esau is, right?
There's a spirit. There's who he is. And that's what Jake don't understand. This is what the man is. That's the man's spirit. Nothing the man could do about that. But is that Satan?
Like when you look up the word devil, right? A quick search on Google. I will skip the first one because if they're just saying the first meaning I gave up was a Christian and Jewish belief the supreme spirit of evil, right? It has something called spiritual it's spiritual Satan. Then you go down to the next meaning it say a very wicked or cruel person, right? It say a person with specified characteristics. It said the cunning old devil, and that is that what Esau is. That is specified characteristics that they have.
Yeah, that's the attribute.
That the attribute. So it's a person with specified characteristics. So who the scripture said? It said the words of his mouth was smoother than butter, but what was in his heart? Who that is? Who that is? Who you know? There's come with them sweet words, but as soon as you turn your back, they destroy you for your oil. Or they cause some insurrection in the country and they take over. Who's that? It's but war was in his heart, his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Who that is?
That's the devil.
It also go back to the devil, Diablos, accuser, slanderer.
Done. What the word ever mean? Accuser, right?
Accuser, yeah.
I got a piece of it. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 10. And I hear a loud voice saying in heaven, Now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power. Is and the power of his Mashiach, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down. So who's the accuser? Accuser is the so-called white man. And this is really what devil going into. Right? The accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. Because what Esau do, Esau put his stumbling block before Jake, and then go before the witness go before the Heavenly Father and accuse us and say, look how they're acting, but he's the culprit behind it. He put pork and everything to eat. Got things that we don't even know that we eating pork, we got pork in it. It's until the Most High put his spirit in us and find out, hey, XYZ, this got pork, don't mess with that. You understand? He's the one who pushing the homosexuality, vibration, the earth, and got Jake walking in the image, but yet still going to accuse them before the Heavenly Father. That's how hypocritical this devil is. You understand? So hey, the Most High said, our accuser. This is Esau. You understand? This is Esau right here.
That's right. That's right. It's Psalms 58, verse I'll start from verse 2. It say, Yea, and heart new work, wickedness, you weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. And what was the gift? What was Esau gift? Esau talent.
Sword. Sword is what the sword give deception. Cause the
Sword.
most I make him more crafty than any other beast in the
Yeah,
field.
that's right. Um, it say the wicked are estranged from the womb; they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. That's the thing about Esau. The wicked from the womb. You can't change that. That is the spirit. That is,
Yeah,
you can't change that. Like how people is ball. How others ball. Not all white people bad. The the some that may not be like Esau is because they are not Esau. They have that look, but they
exactly.
have a face, right?
That different spirit within them.
Yeah, so a different spirit. And that is that is a minority, but the majority of them that looking like the so-called white man, they are what Edomites,
God,
right? It's say their poison is like this poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely.
yeah.
Where that
So,
word?
yeah, you said that there's the poison like what?
Like the poison is like the poison of a serpent.
Yeah, there's when a serpent bites you, you see the poison take a while before it working.
Right.
So two-thirds of people will be destroyed by the serpent because they walk in the ways of the serpent. You know, it's philosophy, it's soaking into them. So they you know, how to put it, they be beaten by the serpent. So it's poisons within them. You understand? The poisons within them. You understand? You see, you never hearken to the voice of charmer. The charmer is the heavenly father of men who teaching this truth. He's not gonna
Right.
hearken, he's not gonna listen. The
That's
scripture
right.
tell you this man not gonna listen. This man not gonna be right because he ain't created to be right. The scripture telling you that. Say he is like a deaf adder. He's not gonna listen. This is why this man gotta be destroyed.
That's right. That's a quick piece of offer that. This is say Psalm 17 verse 13. It say, "Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down." It said, "Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword." So
God,
The Lord already put Esau to be what that sword. That is what He give Esau to be.
God,
That is what He do perfectly. Being the Lord's sword, He do His work perfectly.
God,
So He is, as the brother says, like a deaf adder because His spirit, he that way it is. That change
God.
us. It's
This is,
a
and this is what these men doing. Just like Esau trying to upset the Most High prophecy, and change the Most High, change the things how the Most High set it to happen. This is the same thing tutors want to do.
yeah.
They want to change the Most High creation to make Esau accept them and live with one. He's not gonna do that. The Most High didn't create you to do that.
Right?
I want for you.
Yeah. What?
This is Job 26 and 13. He said, by his spirit he had garnished the heavens. His hands had formed the crooked serpent. Yeah, the crooked serpent is the so-called white race. You understand? The Most High hand has garnished the crooked serpent. That's why I tell you in Proverbs 16 and 4, the Most High created the wicked. I get the quick. Yeah, the Most High created that. Say, it know that there was nothing you could do to bring that wrong.
That's right.
Who could bring a clean thing out of unclean thing? Not one.
Not one.
So
Not
you
one.
can't make this. Yeah, go ahead.
How say serpent there? And I look up the meaning of the word serpent, right? It's a a sly or treacherous person.
Go ahead.
It's a especially one who exploits a position of trust in order to betray it. Like Esau.
Yeah,
Like
there's the characteristics. Tell you there.
Hey, that is the thing. That was,
Snake, the slight person.
yeah. Say a sly or treacherous person.
Yeah, you
Just
understand?
like we do, just like we do the Macabus brothers and so forth.
Yeah, that's who the man is. It's good to tell you who this man is. Yeah, this is Proverbs 16:4. He said, the Lord had made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. Yeah, so the
Hmm.
Most High created the wicked, the Most High created Esau. That's why the Most High gonna take him down. God, the Most High is who give you the power. Everything predestinate. This is you don't understand. Everything predestinate.
Every
This is the
single
Most High movie. This is the Most High movie. This is how the Most High wanted to go. You didn't get with the program with the Most High, or the Most High gonna destroy you. And you can't do it of yourself neither to, because everything predestinate, and the elect were chosen before the foundation of the earth. The tutorial, everything was chosen before the foundation of the earth. Most High said, this is gonna be the elect. This is going to be the 144,000. This is going to be the 1/3. The Israelites who are going to be saved. These going to be the heathens. This is going to be the 2/3. Going to be. This is the Most High movie.
hmm
It's the Most High movie. This is how you want this movie to go.
Yeah, we just a spectacle onto the most.
And,
It's like we just play on that HBO movie, that series. We just play on the Netflix series there. I do
and,
nothing. This is this Romans 8, I'll start from verse 28. It says, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. So
and,
then truly it's his purpose. We have no say there. We the clay, he's the potter. We can't tell the clay can't tell the potter how to mold it.
the fashion it can.
There, right? It says verse 29, it says, for whom he did foreknew, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his son, that he
And,
might be the firstborn among many brethren. So it was already predestined to be what it is.
and, and
Right?
the image
Yeah, go
there, the
ahead.
image of wisdom.
That's right. That's right. It says verse 30, it says, moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called. he,
And,
he already predestinated these men. So it's
and,
just to call them. You already do this. You already set forward. Right? It says, moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called. And whom he called, them he also justified. And
and,
whom he justified, them he also glorified. Right? So, as we were saying, it already predestined. It have no say, it have no with all that they say that your own free will, you know?
yeah, they got free will. God gave free will. That's a
Yeah,
lie. Now I used to ask them, so if you got free will, you don't need a God then. If you got free will. There's no such thing as free will. That a doctrine of devil.
right?
That's with the society push. That you could do what you feel like. There's no such thing as free will. The most high is who ponder your steps.
That's right.
Like I want to feel. This is for Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 13. He said, but we are bound to give thanks always to the Most High for you, brethren, beloved of the Lord, because Yahweh had from the beginning chosen you to salvation through sanctification of the Spirit and belief of the truth. So they were choosing to get this knowledge and to be saved. You can't get this of your own. You can't do this of your own. This don't work like that.
This is show you that they can do it for your own. Even when you watch, even like when you watch so like, never watch. I mean when you when you read with Judas, what they say is not a spirit enter him. The Lord do whatever he please.
And
The Lord do whatever he please. It's just what it is, you know. And as I said that, let me read the scripture here. This is Surah chapter, going back to 33. 33 verse 33 verse I'll start from verse 10. It says, and all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of the earth. It says, in much knowledge, the Lord had divided them and made their ways diverse. It says, some of them had he blessed and exalted, and some of them he had sanctified, right, and set near himself. But some of them had he cursed and brought low and turned out of their places. The Lord could do over what he pleased, right?
And I preach that again.
By Ecclesiasticus chapter 33, I start from verse 10 there,
Can.
right? It says, some of them had he blessed and exalted, and some of them had he sanctified and set near himself, but some of them had he cursed and brought low and turned out of their places, right? And that is to show even the Lord, even the scripture say it has some that made for destruction, some for the famine, some for the sword, right? I say verse 13, it says, as the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him. So you don't have no say there. You don't have no say. You have none. Right? It says to render to them as like it him best. So wherever he feel to do it else, he do. Right? Example is like Saul, Judas. Even when you read Romans 8, he mentioned that I'm giving up his son because hey, at the end of the day, that's just what it is whatever he pleased to do, right? Right. Let me get back this here. It's yeah. Reading back verse 13, it says, as the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him, to render to him as like it him best. Verse 14, it says, good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. So everything already set forth. The good will always be against the evil, right? And the godly against the sinner. It will always be a battle from the beginning to the end. That is what the battle is. Good against evil, right? It have no in between or setting forth. That way it is whether good or evil, right? And they will always be against each other. It have no coming together. It have no togetherness there. It will always be set forth, and that's how the Lord set it, right? So you can't say you have your own free will, right? It says, so look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another. So it's straightforward. It's what's that way it is. One against one. For the Lord is always a balance. So one always against the other. It can't be one-sided, right? It's a balance. Reading about it, so look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another. So two and two, one against another. Esau against Jacob, it will always be so. It has no fairness. So GOCC, these pastors and so forth. If it's stating here, one against the another. So who against Israel? Who against Israel? Who against the prophets? It had to be Esau. It have to be so. So then if you say then it's not so, then you're going against the scriptures, you're going against the Lord. Speaking blasphemy.
I want it for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 16, verse 9. A man hard deviseth his way. So he said a man hard deviseth his way. So we think that hey, next year I'm gonna start a business, or next year I'm gonna move to another land or another country. Different devices come into man's head and he planning, right? So he said in Proverbs 16 and 9, a man hard devises his way, but the Lord direct his steps. Yeah, so you might say you're gonna plan to do this next year, but no. But then the most I got something else you do, I take you out. You understand? The most high is who direct your ways.
That what the Lord tell you, take no thought for tomorrow.
Yeah.
right? And I look up the meaning here for predestination, right? It said
Yeah,
the it said the doctrine that God has ordained all that will happen.
exactly.
It say especially with regard to salvation of some and not others, and that is just a straight cut to everything.
Yeah, he start telling himself right. This Esau Google. Look what he telling himself.
It say
Uh,
it say Middle English from ecclesiastical Latin predestination, right? Predestination. It say make firm beforehand,
good. Yeah,
and that is
this
just
movie.
right. We say Shalom to the brother on the common board. Shalom. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Barakatah.
Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatam.
Yeah, see, Israelites four corners. And that the brother from South Africa.
But from South Africa.
South Africa can.
Yeah,
Hey,
this guy was top. Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatam.
uh, right. So yeah,
I got one here for you. This is Isaiah 46 and 10, declaring the end from the beginning. It is the Mosiah declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient time, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand and I will do all my pleasure. And this go back into predestination. You
that's right.
understand? This is the Mosiah movie.
Hmm.
You understand? The Mosiah declaring the end from the beginning. You understand? So from the beginning, the Mosiah already declared the end. This is how they're gonna happen. Israelites gonna get salvation. These are the heathen nations going into captivity.
Straight
This is
out,
how the Most High set up like that.
straight out,
Yeah.
out. You understand? Straight
The
out,
Most
whether
High
you like it or not.
the Most High see, and He will do all His pleasure. There's nothing we can do about that. Just get in line, right? This guy get in line. This is Isaiah 42 and 9. Behold, the former things are come to pass. Right? The former thing. What's some of the former things? Some of the floods, you know, Israel going into captivity, right? He said, and new things do I declare, right? Before the spring forth, I tell you of them, like the microchip, World War III, you know. This is the most movie. Most I do give the scripts. These are the scripts that the most I give, right? Art is the stage. This
That's
is the
right.
most I movie. The most I have the star. The stars who are the Israelites. You know what I come across yesterday when I was doing a video there,
Ah,
you know, and it is spiritual. It hit me real hard yesterday. They say this former high school football star, one star catch me. And right away say, hey, these people being called Jake stars, basketball star, football star, baseball star. These people being called Jake star, and hey, and we are the stars.
that's right. Yeah, that's a
You
real
understand?
good point to bring across there.
And the thing hit me real hard yesterday. I said, hey, these people being calling me the stars. You understand? And we are the stars. You understand? With the Genesis 15, the Most High say, you can make, a matter of fact, I'm going to bring it out. I want
Yeah.
to paraphrase it wrong. And he said, hey, these people being calling me stars. And we didn't even know that. That's how deep a sleep that we in. Yeah.
Yeah. I have something to say here while I go in there because you say everything. Where you saying the Mosai set everything the beginning to the end. And plenty
God,
people ask, but plenty people just ask, well, well, yes, but how the Lord, how these prophets know about the chip, how they write about the chip and so forth, how they see these things, and and how the Bible was written 2,000 years back. We just say 2,000 years back since the Yahushai, right? And how they know about technology and so forth. Because the scriptures already tell you. This is Revelation 1 verse 8. It says, I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning
God,
and the ending. said the Lord, which is and which was and which is to come, the Almighty. So the Lord already know what it is He set forth. He know, but He already know He gonna give these men the technology, the knowledge to build this, to build a chip, to to um to to make these ICBMs and so on, right? That way it is. The Lord is the beginning and the end. It already set forth. Then the only prophet to see the end was who? Not Moses.
The only
The only prophet to see was Moses and the end.
can,
The
and does I not going for them?
the vision to the end. So the end was already the end already predestined.
Can. And this is precept I just read it too.
Yeah.
In Isaiah 42:9, behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. That's why the prophet could write these things. You see the Jakes that have no faith. You understand? They have no faith and they don't believe. The Bible says a book, but yet still in school, you learn everything that you learn and you know it from a book. That's how retarded Jake is. Right? Second Ezra chapter 14, verse 4. Let me start from the top. Second Ezra chapter 14, verse 1. And it came to pass upon the third day, I sat on the oak, and behold, there came a voice out of the bush over against me, and said, Ezra, Ezra. And I said, Here I am, Lord. And I stood upon my feet. Then said he unto me, In the bush I did manifest myself unto Moses, and talk with him when my people served in Egypt. And I sat him and led him. Salakia. He said, and I sat him and lead my people out of Egypt, and brought him up to the mount of Sinai, where I held him by me a long season, and told him many wondrous things, and showed him the secrets of the times and the end. He said, and the end, and commanded him, saying, These words shalt thou declare, and these shalt thou hide. So, hey, Moses know the beginning and the ending. That's why he could have write. You understand? Why he could have put these things down in scripts.
That's right.
And the Most High show Moses the secret of times. This is the key word there. The secrets of times. So Moses didn't know these things because the Most High show it to him. And these Israelites, some of them, they have no faith. You understand? They have no faith.
So I see the brother put up a comment here, a precept here, this Isaiah 55 verse 11. It says, So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereunto I sent it. That's right. And plenty
Good.
people, plenty teachings, I should say, outside here, where it teaches that the Lord could change. Scripture say the Lord changed it not. So then who wrong?
Yeah.
The scriptures or them that teach that the Lord changed. So if you start saying it shall accomplish in which it please. So if the Lord say, hey, this Esau going to get done away with, Esau going into slavery, it is what it is. You can't deny it. You know? And that it's the Lord it's not the author of confusion. Because you know what the thing about it is that it is what it is with the Lord, whether you like it or not. The scripture says whether you're here or from there. So if you
Good.
don't like what you're written, then you don't go into the scriptures. Just leave it alone. Turn an atheist or some kind of bullshit, right?
Just with I got one for you. Type in this
Yeah.
word,
Ah,
immutability.
that's one. Huh? I'm gonna get
Actually,
you one sec.
I don't know the meaning of it. It's
Mm-hmm.
IMM
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
UTABILLITY.
P A B
Immute.
P A what?
Um, IMMUTABILITY.
All right. So,
Immutability. Right?
um, what? Immutability. Right. Let me check it up here. It's a all right. Well, when I type it in, it sent me back to immutable, which is I show the word it come from. It's a non-mutable. It's a unchangeable or changeless.
All right, good. All right, this is Hebrews chapter 6, verse 16. It said, for men verily swear by the greater, and an oath for confirmation is to them an end of all strife, wherein the Most High willing more abundantly to show unto his heirs of promise the immutability of his counsel, conformed by an oath. He said that by two immutable things in which it is impossible for the Most High to lie, he might have a strong consolation who have feel for the refuge to lay hold upon the hope set before us. So, hey, it's impossible for the Most High to lie, so the Most High not going to change. You understand? The Most High make an oath. Not going to change. Right? It is impossible for the Most High to lie. So the Most High say, hey, Israel is Eon. Israel going to be saved. These heathens going into slavery. There are no changing. This is how the Most High set his movie. You understand? Say Hebrews what? Hebrews 13:8. Yahweh Shai is the same today and yesterday and forever.
That's right. I have a
Not
script.
going to change.
I want to
Can.
act. Already, right? This is spirit. Because I couldn't remember the precept was good, but I was just flipping through the script. I was just flipping through my sword and I find it here. It's
Can.
number 23, verse 19. It said, God is not a man that he should lie,
Can.
neither the Son of Man that he should repent. Had he said, and shall he not do it? Or had he spoken, and shall he not make it good?
Can.
Behold, I have received commandment to bless, and he had blessed. I cannot reverse it. And Moses was saying here, hey, I can't reverse what is the Lord, the commandments the Lord give me here. I can't,
Exactly.
right? Um, and I just want to go back to one thing I was saying before, like we were talking about before when you were talking about the beginning and the end, and
Can.
how Jake know about the technology, how the prophecy know about the technology and so forth. Because if you wanna go if you wanna go to if you wanna go with it like technology wise, a hardcore technology back in those days was the ark, right?
Can.
It was the ark. They might say, well, how Noah thing, but the Lord, Noah had the spirit of the Lord on him. But let's just show you how powerful it is and how Jake is. This is this is the book of Daniel, chapter 1, verse 4. It says, children in whom was no blemish, but well favored and skillful in all wisdom and cunning
Always.
in knowledge and understanding science.
Can.
They say, and such as had ability in them to stand in the king's palace, and whom they might teach the learning and the tongue of the Chaldeans. So
Can.
hey, we Jake was always skillful. We had the knowledge about everything, the science and so forth. The tribe of Issachar, they could have pinpoint when they watch the stars, they could have pinpoint where it is going and come. Right?
Can.
Right?
Spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh is better than technology.
That's right. That's right. So when we read Revelation 13, 16 going down and we talk about the chip, hey, the Lord give us that spirit. We have it's a and skillful in all wisdom. So we had our wisdom to say that there is the RFID chip. Because men will say, but how they gonna be talking about the RFID chip since then? Hey, how Noah could I be talking about the ark how Noah could I be talking to the ark with them those days?
Can.
There was consider this man as a mad man. You telling me go on Bella, you telling me go on Bella a big boat.
I tell them about the rain. At that time, rain wasn't fine. It was just the dew used to wet the ground.
Yeah,
So when they was telling about the rain, they was saying this man's a madman.
yeah. We talking about boy. We really talking about. So that is to show you we are skillful. The knowledge of the wisdom. I mean, that way it is. We have
Can.
that. We have that. So when you bring on things like RFID chip and the ICDM through the scriptures is because we have the spirit that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua on us, and he give us that we skillful in our wisdom. You understand?
Can.
It's a cunning and knowledge, you know. and understanding science. So we understand these sciences, we understand it.
Yeah, science means to know.
To know, just to know that way it is. And ology means like technology and so forth. Ology
Yeah,
means a skill of. So when they say technology is a skill of something.
yeah.
So hey, and that's a sure. We have that. We have that. Hey, that might go a little deep there for some of them some of them church people, but hey, it is what it is, man.
Yeah, we got a proud. A proud. They don't want to become a fool. This is the only way you're gonna learn. You gotta become a fool.
Yeah. Sit
The scripture
scripture.
say, if any man be wise, let him become a fool. I got precept here for you.
Yeah, good.
This is Romans chapter 16, verse 25. It said, now to him that is of power to establish you according to my gospel and the preaching of Yahushua and Mashiach according to the revelation of the mystery, the revealing of the mystery, because these things that brothers started with our elder apostles and they elder before them, they went into the mysteries of the scriptures
That's
and
right.
reveal it, right? He said the revelation of the mystery which was kept secret since the world began, but now is made manifest and by the scriptures of the prophets, according to the commandment of the everlasting power, Yahweh, made known to all nations for the ordinance of faith. And this nation is the Israelites. You understand? And also these heathens, right? But the Israelites too will be up for ordinance of faith is only for the Israelites, right? The elect. Because this faith is by our faith we're gonna be saved, right? You understand? And the faith is a gift. Most I gotta give the faith to you. It's a gift. You
Yeah,
can't do it by yourself.
Ephesians and the book of Ephesians say that
Can,
that gift from the Most High.
can. So these mysteries were revealed to the men that the Most High give it to. So these pastors, why they don't go to the scriptures, because some of them they don't know the scriptures, and then when they do it as imposters, they pretend like the Most High sent them, and the Most High didn't send them. You understand?
Done. So if anything else to add up, you let me know, Carl. You'll go
All
and
right,
come.
all right, can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Anything else to bring forth?
Oh, yeah. Well, bro, this one with the star. I mentioned with the star. Yeah, that's true that Jake is the stars.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, can, yeah, yeah.
This is Genesis 5 and no, Salaki, Genesis 15. Genesis 15 and 5, he said, and he brought him forth abroad and said, this was Abraham, and he brought him forth and said, look now towards the heaven and tell the stars, if thou be able to number them. And he said unto him, so shall thy seed be. Right? So shall thy seed be. Right? I got next one, with, because somebody who's simple and ask how you know they're talking about the children of Israel. Right? So this one is when Joseph when Joseph had the vision, right? Revelation, Genesis. Yeah, this is let's see, right, this one. When Joseph had the dream. Yeah, this is Genesis 37 and 5. He said, and Joseph dreamed a dream, and he told his dream. He told it to his brethren, and they hate him yet the more. Right? Jump down to verse 8. He said, and his brethren said to him, shalt thou indeed reign over us? Or shalt thou indeed have dominion over us? And they hate him yet the more for his dream and for his word. And he dreamed yet another dream, and told his brethren, and said, I have dreamed a dream. And he said, I have dreamed a dream more, and behold, the sun and the moon and the 11th star made obeisance to me. He said, and he told it to his father and to his brethren, and his father rebuked him and said unto him, what is this dream that thou hast dreamed? Shall I and thy mother and thy brethren indeed bow down ourselves to thee, to the earth? So yeah, the sun that he dreamed of, you understand? The sun and the moon was his father and mother, and the 11th star was his brethren. So that the Israelites, they are the stars, right? That's a back up with the Genesis day.
Done. And as we was going back before, we would say like they call us stars and so forth. Like this is true. That is the scripture speak there as well. You know? Spread the Lord. You know? But then we was righteous stars, but now we stars looking like fucking filth.
God.
Some kind of faggotry Jake doing right now. You know, wearing on skate.
Jake
What kind
gone.
of man? Jake gone. You know, when he come back for Jake is in the kingdom. You understand?
God.
When he try come to wipe out this place. So we have anything else to act? I want to talk.
Yeah.
I believe the next live stream somebody put a comment on one of my videos asking about why did the scriptures say not to abhor um Edomite, which is we really know it go back to, but that was the next thing. So I believe in the next live stream we might touch on that topic.
The Father's with it.
Yeah, understand. So I see the brother on the comment about pop a precept here. I go read it before we
God.
close. Revelation 12 verse 1, and said, and there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. That's like
God.
we was talking about, you
God.
know, 12 stars, right?
It's the
And
Israelites.
even the Israelites, yeah, it's Israel, the 12 tribes, right? Going back into this, and even in that Revelation 12, even in Revelation that 12, verse 12 said, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. And what else? And who was he said about to rejoice the heavens and ye that dwell in them? That was the elect.
God.
Because it's the elect going on rejoice
God.
for when Esau come along us, because he know he had but a short time. Because that who wanna rejoice, it wasn't talking about everybody. And say ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Right? It's talking about the elect.
God.
Rejoice. You understand? So, we'll close it off there.
God.
Again, we give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Rakah, Kodash, right? We see them on the apostles and elders of great mercy and rule well, right? Our teachers in the shoot, and we say, salutations to the act came out to the pushing the wood and on Satan in and the out, right? The hope, the elect, the host of David, we say, Shalom, right? To
Shalom.
the brother only comment board and so forth, we say, to what for the precepts, to what for the comments, right? Shalom again, we say, Mawat to la Babel, Mawat to the two things, Mawat to all the heathens, Mawat to this wicked place, right? So again, Shalom.
Shalom.